New year, new swing. Is it time to improve it? We're going to talk about the swing plane today. So my students, a lot of times they'll ask me, is my swing plane too steep? Should I shallow it out? A lot of times I want to just slap them upside the head and say, what have you been watching on the Golf Channel? Ideally, there is a proper way for us to get this club to come down, hit the back of the ball and exit, but it's not really the same for everybody, so we want to be careful with that. Ideally, if you're hitting an iron, you probably want to have a little steeper swing plane because you want to compress the golf ball and launch it in the air. But the new thing on tour, if you've been hearing a lot of these things when the PGA Tour is on air, they talk about shallowing out the golf plane, right? Or shallowing out the shaft. Well, I'd recommend that if you're a +6 handicap, right? If you're Tiger Woods or Dustin Johnson, that makes a lot of sense. But the average golfer, we got to be a little careful with that. But there are some tips to help you so that you don't get that dreaded over-the-top swing, which certainly is something we don't want to do. When you get the over-the-top swing, there's a lot of things that can cause that, but usually your right arm starts to separate. There's a gap between your arm and your chest. The club gets a little bit out, gets a little too vertical. So the best way for me, or the thing I'd recommend for you to do, is to take some simple swings with a club, like a head cover underneath your armpit on your right arm if you're right-handed. And what we're trying to do is get the club set in a proper position, and as you start your downswing, feel like your right arm kind of collapses into your side or drives into your side. And you can do this or simulate this by getting this head cover underneath your right arm, take some swings, hit the golf ball, and turn through the ball. Now remember, if you're doing this correctly, you still have to release your body right before impact to give you some room to drop that club down. But again, if you're looking to shallow out the swing plane, get the club in the right position, and one of the things that we look for is that when this club comes down, and we'll show you with an example, is we want this shaft to sort of ride down your right arm. But try with a head cover underneath your armpit. Feel like your right arm kind of drives into your side as you drive this down. Make a good turn and swing left, and that's how you do it. Right? And that's your Monday Mulligan here at Monarch Beach Golf Links.